Now we're going to look at the fundamental law of fractions. And the fundamental law of fractions says, if you have a fraction, let a over b be any fraction, and let n be a non-zero whole number. This law of fractions says that you're allowed to multiply the top and bottom by the same number, and you will basically create an equivalent fraction. So a over b is the same thing as a times n over b times n, as long as the n number you're using is not 0. That is kind of the big kicker here. Can't be 0. So this means that you would create equivalent fractions. So a couple quick examples. Find a value of x so that 9 divided by 42 is equal to x divided by 126. So we're trying to figure out what would the numerator be. Your answer is just going to be what would this value be up in the numerator that would make these equivalent fractions. So you think about, well, is there a way I could turn the 42 into a 126? Could I multiply by something and turn 42 into 126? And you could just get like a little calculator out and start multiplying 42 times 2 and 3 and 4. And you'll notice that if you multiply 42 times 3, you'll get 126. So you go, oh, okay. So I'm going to multiply my denominator by 3. But the rule says if you're going to multiply the denominator by 3, you also have to multiply the numerator by 3. So I would also have to multiply the top by 3. And so 3 times 42 would give me 126, and then 3 times 9 would give me 27. So the mystery number, the mystery x, would be 27. And that tells us that 9 over 42 is equivalent to 27 over 126. So we just created a numerator that makes these equivalent fractions. So it's just about figuring out what number would you multiply the top and bottom by. That's it. Then it says find 3 fractions equivalent to 3/4. Any 3 fractions. So there's like an infinite number of answers. As long as you multiply the top and the bottom by the same number, you're going to have an equivalent fraction. So I'm going to say multiply top and bottom by the same number. And then you're guaranteed to get an equivalent fraction. So let's just pick some random numbers. Like, I don't know, let's do 2 over 2. If we multiply the top and the bottom both by 2, we get 6/8. And 6/8 is equivalent to 3/4. So there's one. Let's get a couple more. Just pick any number, whatever number you like. I'm going to pick 5. Multiply top and bottom by 5. If I multiply top and bottom by 5, I get 15/20. 15/20 is equivalent to 3/4. Let's try one more. Again, pick any number that you like as long as it's not 0. You could even pick a negative number like -20. What happens if I multiply both of those by -20? Well, I'm going to get -60 over -80. And -60 over -80, if you divide 2 negatives, you get a positive. So you could also just write it 60 over 80. That would be fine as well. But that's how you would get 3 different fractions that are all equivalent to 3/4.